Hello, 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 Facebook Live friends. How are you doing? I hope we are still submissive to what the government wants us to do or to follow, especially in today's circumstances, right? So I hope you're doing fine. And what are you up to today? I'm very happy that you are still joining with me in today's topic and in today's discussion. And with your voice, we will be discussing a very special issue, a very special topic for everyone. Okay, especially to those who have been working for quite some time. And I know there are some students who are also watching with me. I hope you can relate in the future. But this is not just for those who have been working, but also for you as our future generation. Right? Okay. And I know there are some new Facebook friends who are joining with us today. I would like to remind you, of course, today is Friday. It's April 3, 2020. And yeah, you are watching The Voice Within. And I am your servant through senses, right? So I have to use the word servant. Okay? So The Voice Within. So just to let our new Facebook Live friends joining with us this morning. The voice within will always be our venue to articulate things without risking one's life and questioning an institution. The voice within will serve as our source of reflection and some realizations in life. Good. Okay. Now, when I read my Bible, the Daily Bread, I'm very happy that Daily Bread. Before we get started, Daily Bread. Today's message is very nice. I want you also to open later on, or while you are watching with me today, I want you also to open your Bible. April 1, 2020, to April 3, rather. Correction, today is April 3, 2020, it's Friday. The message today is about the sweetness and bitterness. See? And it talks further. Okay? It talks and reminds us further that if you are really good, right? And what you do is good. So meaning most of us are workers, most of us are servants, and that these statements are really related to what we will be discussing this morning. So welcome Facebook Live friends as we go on in today's topic, right? So today's topic is valuing your profession. Again, today's topic is valuing your profession. This is honestly a requested topic. One of my friends, one of my trusted friends asked me to discuss about the value of one's profession. And again, I don't like to, as I said, since the primary purpose of this, the voice within, is not just, right? Not just to question out a particular person, especially in today's threat not to humanity. This is not why the voice within is serving you, but the point here is we will try to reflect, we will try to realize the importance of what we are doing, okay, in our for the people that we are serving, right, and to the society in general. Okay, so valuing one's profession. And of course, I have to reveal, since you have to help me out answering some of the questions while we will be having our discussion, right? So I cannot just sustain and I cannot just manifest and manipulate our minds, right? Or your minds, and also my understanding, my knowledge, my exposure, my experience on the issue, which is valuing your profession. But these questions, and with your voice, we will be working together collaboratively in giving really the essence, the significance of our profession. It is because we always believe that There's nothing in the intellect which does not come first through senses. Okay? So the first question that we need to work on or to reflect on is, why do you consider your profession as noblest? Okay? Or shall we say as significant? Why? Why do you consider your profession as significant? Okay, so help me out in finding, in delving that first question. The second question is, what are your challenges? Okay, share your challenges while having such profession. Again, what are your challenges? No, your challenging experiences while having such profession. Okay, and the last question this morning, while we are discussing, and again, while we're having the voice within, is your profession worth dying for? Again, do you think your profession is worth dying for? Okay, so again, just to reiterate our three questions, the first one is, why do you consider your profession as significant? Second, what are your challenging experiences, okay, with your profession? And the third question is your profession worth dying for? So these three questions will guide us all throughout our discussion today, right? And of course, I would like to recognize my colleagues, my friends, my students, my Facebook Live friends, my virtual friends who are checking in. I'll be reading you later on. So please really voice out, no, voice out your choices, of course, your understanding on today's topic. So before we get started, I would like to share some of the words before we will be demystifying why we value, okay, our profession while we are serving the public, while we're serving the people, while we're serving the institution, okay, the industry, the business that we are connected. The first word here is, okay, I have the four C's. Okay, four C's. The four C's in, shall we say, valuing your profession. The first one is, do you have the commitment? Okay? The word is commitment. Okay? And if you would like also to share your definition, of course, later on, so just really also share how do you understand, how do you apply the term commitment, regardless of your work, okay, your connection, regardless of where are you really working, then try to reflect. When I say committed, right? It's, I'm not saying the 24/7, okay, hours of working, but do you think, okay, do you have really the heart, okay, the mind, okay, to work with what? Guided with the principles, right? The philosophy, the vision of the institution that you are working. Okay? The next word here is competence. Okay? So that's something technical. Okay? Do you have the competence? Okay, when we say competence, do you have the skills? Do you have the potentials? Do you have the, shall we say, also the abilities? And that is what competence, right, really is. But later on, we will still be discussing further competence. Okay, I'm just sharing you some of the significant definitions of the forces in valuing your profession. The next one here is, do you have the composure? Okay, when we say composure, meaning amid circumstances, especially in your working place, if you are challenged with untoward situation, unexpected situation, unexpected realizations, unexpected experience, are you really composed in facing them? That's the point why you have to embrace composure. And the last word, the last C in valuing somehow, as my assumption on your profession is, do you have the compassion? Right? Are you compassionate enough right? In serving, in doing your part as a servant, isn't it? Okay, so before we will go into our pattern, which is the dream stands for, of course, the definition, the reason, right? And some examples or effects, right? And some actions and our message, okay, this morning. Good. So, as you can see, I have some hearts here, invisible heart, some hands, and with the heart, of course, at the center part, I also use hearts. We need some, shall we say, we need to experience the essence of love, the definition, the symbol, okay, of love. Definitely. The epitome why we need to love our work, love the people that we are serving. Okay, so the words for today are commitment, competence, composure, and compassion. Okay, so before I'll give the definition, I've researched this online, and I come across with the most, okay, trusted, respected professions in the world. Again, I've got this online, okay, the most trusted and respected professions in the world. The first one here is management consultant. Okay, so people who are in the managerial, okay, level, shall we say, doing the consultation or consultancy, okay, in running a business, perhaps in an industry or sector, okay, are also well respected, well valued. Okay, if you are working in that, you are identified as a management consultant, okay, then good for you, right? The next trusted, respected, okay, profession in the world is being a local government manager, right? So if you are really working in the government, okay, in the public sector, then good, especially if you have the position or if you have the authority, you are part of the system, then meaning you are really serving, okay, the majority, the people living in the community, in a particular society, and in the, shall we say, in the country. So good if you are a local government manager or a local government servant, right? Okay. The next step is being an accountant. Another trusted, another trusted job or responsibility in the world is being an accountant. All right? Okay. And then, of course, being a nurse. You're also respected of becoming or being a nurse. And also being a what? Being a police officer, an enforcer. Yeah, these people are really respected, right? They're the ones, okay, responsible for our safety, for our security, especially today. Okay, and I hope, as I said, I hope we are still submissive to the directives of the government. Okay, it might be a cliche, no, it might be a cliche to everyone that it's really part, no, in our culture, really part in our culture that if we are now affected, if we are now in a situation, okay, then the remorse will always at the end. We somehow realize that we need really to follow certain directives. And I hope before that happens, we are really submissive, right, to the directives for our safety. Okay, next up, and it's good to say, it's good to share that one of the trusted professions and respected professions in the world is being a teacher. Exactly. I am a teacher and I'm happy doing our responsibilities, our accountabilities as teachers. And I would like, especially when I teach, okay, some of my education students, I usually share significant, right, words with the word, no, teachers, or teacher rather. Okay, T because why perhaps, no, for me, why I consider teaching as one of the trusted professions in the world because the first one is we teach. Yeah, that's the letter T. We teach. Okay, and teaching is more than a mission, right? The A there is because we enhance our students, our people's capability, skills, and all. The A there is we easily accept responsibilities because we would like to really serve better, right? And the H there is we honed individuals, young individuals, vulnerable individuals, right? The E there is, of course, we somehow excel, not on our part towards excellence, but we want our students to excel. We want others to excel. And the R there is, of course, responsible. Okay, being responsible. So I guess that's just my personal understanding why being a teacher or the teaching profession is one of the works in the world which is also being respected. And of course, it's really expected that one of the respected, right, and valued professions in the world is being a lawyer. Okay, so I guess I'm not debating further, giving you the definition of being an attorney or being a lawyer in a society, but I guess lawyers are the ones, okay, leading us, especially if there are some case, no, some crimes. They are there to defend, to save also other lives, right? And finally, okay, one of the trusted professions in the world is being a medical doctor, right? So medical doctors are well respected, of course, because they are responsible, okay, in saving, giving lives, the continuity, the process of saving lives. Exactly. Okay, so I have shared, I guess, more or less, there are eight. I'm not saying that is in order, but those are some of the trusted, okay, respected professions in the world. For a while, okay, so before giving you the definition, of course, I would like to recognize some of my friends here. I hope you're still watching with me. Of course, Sir Mark Anthony of Daniel R. Ginaldo National High School. Okay, Miss Jocelyn Ramas, Charlene, the area. Okay, thank you for watching. Bernard, I know you're really busy and serving as a nurse, and your profession is one of the trusted, respected professions in the world. I know you've been working with all no with so much determination to save lives. I know as a nurse in the United States of America is totally uneasy, right? And of course, myself, Kalamba, thank you for watching. Okay. Novi, thank you. Sir Milchin, right? Thank you also for watching. Okay. Miss Maria Laba, thank you. No, Novi, thank you also for watching. Of course, these are really my supporters, my former students. Miss Rizal May Daya, thank you for watching. Mom Rubino, thank you also for being with me this morning. And I know you've been supporting me all throughout. Dr. Dante Calamba of University of Southeastern Philippines, of course, one of the public servants. Really, I know this girl has the compassion, has the heart. Okay, Ma'am Joy Ben Viaje. Okay, of Davao City National High School. Honey Canlas, also good morning. Of course, Miss Kate Mabayaw, for you've been supporting me all throughout when I started this up to this time. Yeah. Sir Romel, thank you for watching. Ma'am Christine Cobello, thank you. How to be you po. Yeah, thank you so much. I know somehow our family name, of course, is we're the same, right? I hope. Thank you for supporting Martha. Are you working in the UAE, right? Okay. Thank you. Sir Jason Rodado, thank you. Right. and some of my friends there. Thank you for checking in. Of course, Queen Akuma, thank you, right, for joining. I love your show last night. I even supporting I supported some of your arguments because I want you also. I love you. Okay, you started sharing your thoughts as a simple. Okay, not simple, but somehow your voice will change our perspective. Let's get started, right? So today's topic is valuing one's profession. Okay? When we say, of course, Miss Gina and the family, I know your family is watching and supporting me. Today's topic is valuing one's profession. Okay? So I hope you are enjoying with your family members, relatives who are watching there. Thank you for joining with me, for having, of course, with me this morning. Okay, we'll start. When we say profession, okay, when we say noblest, significant profession, it talks about when workers and servants have played a vital, no, have played role of catalysts in various changes in society. Again, I would like to highlight when we say significant profession, your profession, my profession, it means we are identified as workers, right? Servants, isn't it? Okay, who have played role of catalyst. When I say catalyst, you are changing, you are the model. Okay, we are all role models, okay, in various changes in society, in transforming the society. And that is what the definition, okay, that is what significant profession is. And I hope, okay, let's try, no, let's try to totally change the way we look at it, right? Because I know, especially in today's situation, we have been suffering, we've been experiencing this, and everyone is staying at home because we value other professions, we respect it, we trust other professions who are considered as our frontliners now, and they're there supporting and working, okay, for everything, isn't it? Right? So we we have been playing different responsibilities, different accountabilities, and no one is indispensable, mind you. Okay? So as what the daily bread, not the message, okay, or today's message reminds us about the message of sweetness and bitterness, that you are really good and what you do is good. Definitely. That's the point. So I hope that kind of definition will always be our, if not philosophy, our understanding now. And that is what the voice within. I am sharing perhaps also my voice, and I want you in a while to also share your voice based on the three questions. And of course, one of my friends suggested, okay, one of my trusted, one of my respected friends suggested, okay, for somehow the improvement, the development of this, the voice within. If you have some question, why not also, right, receiving, okay, questions from your Facebook live friends, colleagues, okay, former, present students. You can ask question, okay, if you would like to, especially if you want things to be clarified. You can ask question. However, I would like to remind you that the voice within will always be our venue to articulate things without risking one's life or questioning an institution, right? The voice within will always be our source of reflection and realization. So I also observe some ethical standards in answering your question. I'm not saying I am afraid, but I don't like to make use of this, the voice within, right? To air out my groans, to air out our groans, to someone and to a particular institution. It could be a government institution, it could be a medical institution, it could be a business institution, it could also be a environmental institution, a religious institution. So that is not what the primary objective of the voice within. Let's go with some reasons, right? The first question was, why do you consider your work as significant? Okay, why? The first one is, of course, because you provide basic services. And providing basic services is somehow not easy. You're there as a frontline also, right? Regardless of your profession, you're there working with your colleagues, working with some people around you, right? So because your first intention is to serve, to give the basic service, whatever those services in your office, in your institution, in the learning institution, then you have not just to familiarize, but you must have the commitment, the compassion, the composure, and of course, the competence in providing the basic, right, services. When we say basic, that's ideal services, right? The second reason why you value your profession, your work, regardless of the sweetness, regardless of the bitterness of your work, at the end of the day, you see the importance of your profession is, of course, you have to ensure the sustainability and the development of everyone involved in the service, involved in the institution. Ensuring sustainability and development, it takes courage and transformation, willingness, selflessness to serve better. And I hope, since most of us have been working for quite some time, I've been in my profession for almost 2 decades, right? For almost 20 years, but I'm still happy. I'm still happy serving. Okay? My profession serving the learners, the students that I am working with. Because I am being guided with this, and I hope you're also guided with the principles of commitment, composure, competence, and of course, compassion. Okay? Disregarding all these forces perhaps might really be, okay? You might experience sweetness in your work, right? But that sweetness gives you power, strength to go on. Because in a workplace, yeah, in the institution where you are connected, it's not always what? About sweetness. There are also, or there is bitterness also. If the sweetness serves, why I'm saying sweetness and bitterness, I've got this from our daily bread today, and somehow connected in today's discussion, valuing one's profession, right? So going back, meaning in a workplace, not everything, your day-to-day conversation, your day-to-day work, all is in sweetness. As I said, sweetness serves as your guiding principle that you are doing right things, or you are doing things right. I could still remember, according to John Maxwell. Do you know John Maxwell? John Maxwell is, of course, one of a good and effective writers for me. I've read most of his books during my college days and during my early working years. I could still remember his philosophy, his words of wisdom, okay, in relation to, shall we say, sweetness and bitterness. That According to John Maxwell, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. See, that's according to John Maxwell, isn't it? So, meaning in a workplace, as I said, aside from experiencing sweetness, there's also bitterness. And the bitterness will always, okay, your reflection and realization will give you a turning point of why are you experiencing such? Why are you in that kind of situation? Why do you feel that way? So the the bitterness serves as your guiding principle now. Where am I? I know everyone is reading also the book of Rick Warren, The Purpose Driven Life, right? So it's a big question for everyone. Is worthy of, shall we say, to live a kind of life while we are serving? Why what am I here for? Why am I here? Okay, what's really the purpose of working, serving? So sometimes most of us are becoming oblivious. When I say oblivious, we are becoming forgetful, right? Or somehow we are extenuating really the importance of the sweetness and bitterness in our work. Do not forget, these are some of our experiences while working, right? Okay. And then, of course, the last part, one of the reason why we are actually working, it's because of what? Because we want to protect and serve the industry, the principles, the vision, the mission of the institution that we are, shall we say, that we are connected. When I say protecting and serving the mission, the vision of a particular institution, it means what? It means that you are living the reality of the institution's vision. According to Warren Bennis, if you know him, it's about a good leader, a good worker, okay, a good servant is translating the vision into reality. And I am always being guided with that principle or philosophy of Warren Bennis, as I've been working for quite some time. It's almost 2 decades, it's almost 20 years. I'm not saying I am unhappy and I don't have any challenges in the workplace, but I embrace those challenges. It's because I know deep inside, within me, I have the compassion. Being compassionate, okay, is not really a requirement and not even a choice. Okay? It's somehow your decision. Okay? You have to decide for it. Live with it. Do not just pretend that you are compassionate, but you cannot sustain the principles, the essence of being compassionate, right? And of course, we go to the second question. I hope I could see some, before we go to the second question, I hope I could see some comments here, some questions, some realizations that you would like to share. Just go on, do not hesitate, and do not, of course, let's spread the message of sweetness and bitterness in our profession. Do not forget to like, do not forget to share this, to spread the message of time or of God, which is the love of work. All right? Okay. So, the second question was, what are your challenging experiences while working? Okay, I would like to take this. I know we have a lot of challenges, but we have a lot of difficulties in our work because of course, maintaining the competence. The place that you are working, the place that we are situated is, shall we say, with uh, is in highly competitive, okay? Or there is a high competition. There is competition. We know that. Direct and indirect competition. But the point here, if you are going to see, the importance of your mission, the importance of your vision, and helping out your commitment to your work, and I guess you will never go astray. You'll always see the beauty of your work, right? Okay, now we'll go with, I'll share with you what Abraham Harold Maslow, okay, was trying to let us realize about our, shall we say, the hierarchy of needs, right? So I would like to take that as in pointing out some of the examples, okay, in surviving and valuing our work. The first, really, no hierarchy of needs. The first step, the first ladder is, of course, our physiological needs. Okay? Ideally, we work because it's our source, no? Source of income, source of, shall we say, strength. No? We have our friends there who could help us during our ups and downs. It could be emotionally, right? It could be spiritually. It could also be financially. That's the reason, okay, why we are working, because of our physiological needs. The second step, of course, that's physiological, is our basic needs. That is why one of the reasons why we are working, because we have to provide basic services. And going to some examples, okay, using Abraham Harold Maslow's principles within the hierarchy of needs is our physiological needs. The second step is, of course, the security, no? The security needs. Are we really secured? Okay? When I say security, is aside from you are enjoying perhaps the sustainability, the development, your personal and professional development in the working place, do you feel, okay? Do you feel that you are really valued? Okay? Valued by the people you are serving, valued by the people you are working with, collaboratively, and the people that would somehow see the importance of your, shall we say, responsibility, accountability, your part in the institution. That is what, for me, the voice within wants us to realize. That is what security. Are you really secure? Do you feel, okay, the sweetness? If there are bitterness, and can you still see, okay, the opportunity of experiencing bitterness in the workplace? The third one is, of course, the sense of belongingness. Okay? One of the examples that I want everyone, okay, to embrace on is, of course, the sense of belongingness. We know, right, in a certain organization, one of the things that we need to look at is what? The principle of organizational communication, meaning there are micro. As I said, today's topic is somehow, I'm not saying highly intellectual, but this is challenging, on our part, especially our connection to our profession, valuing our profession. So the sense of belongingness. You don't need to please everyone in your workplace, but what you needed most is you could see, no, along the way, day to day, living your day to day work. Okay, you see the essence, you feel the essence, you feel the importance of course, of your responsibility, of your connection. Okay, and then next is, of course, after that is, since you feel the sense of belongingness, do you have the self-esteem, but self-value? Do you really value yourself? Okay, despite the bitterness, despite the sweetness of your responsibility or your work, could you feel right? The self-value, self-valuing. Okay, because there are unexpected changes, there are unexpected roles, there are unexpected responsibilities given to you. There are unexpected changes in your work. And suddenly, unfortunately, or it could be fortunately, you could easily embrace it. You could easily adjust to the situation. Whereas if you are not used to some changes, to some abrupt, no, instant changes, and then check, are you really committed? And how will you show composure? Are you composed? Do you have the composure after you have given and situated in some changes? Try to see that particular hand. Of course, we know the importance of our hands. Are we going to see, okay, going to the left when nothing is right, or going to the right side when nothing is left? Whichever you go, if you think you can stand by it, whatever it takes, you need to prove that you know you are decisive, you are accountable of your particular decision. That would really change also, okay, your perspective. Do not forget the definition of significant profession is we are all servants and workers who have been playing, okay, the role of catalysts in various what changes in society, okay, transforming the environment, right? And then finally is what I am just basing, right, the examples on Abraham Harold Maslow's principles of hierarchy of needs. The last one, of course, is the self-actualization. Okay, even if you are in the sweetness, you are in the level of bitterness, but could you see, okay, the could you really see the importance of these experiences? Meaning self-actualization. Okay, in the sweetness side, are you still happy? Could you still do some more personally, professionally? If you are in the bitterness and the self-actualization, can you still really embrace and do more? That's why which way you're going to choose. Going left when nothing's right, or going right when nothing's left. Whichever way you wanted to realize, then be it. Okay? Thank you. Right? So, as of now, I haven't seen some, before I'll give you some courses of action, some good action, okay, in maintaining, in valuing our profession. If you have some things, statements that you would like to point out, that you would like me to bring out, then go on. That you'd like me to speak up, okay? Right? I know you're busy, and I know we are also being reminded of what will be happening starting tomorrow. But I hope that particular issue online, that particular issue when it comes to the value, the importance of our profession, okay, whoever our frontliners, whoever responsible in today's situation, I hope we're not here in the world, we're not here working, okay, with so much competition, questioning our competence, because no one is indispensable. Do not forget that. Right? Okay. Shall we have now some actions? Okay? And these actions, honestly, in valuing our profession, valuing our work, our responsibility, right, are something what? Guided with, shall we say, some laws, guided with some principles of management. And I would like to share all this, right? Before that, I would like to point out the voice of my former student. Okay, My former grade 10, Lacandula student, sa class 2016-2017, na ako'y ma-remember, ana ba, going right kay David. Ba't to na question? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because in our class before, during a simple activity related to public speaking, I always challenge my students not just to answer questions related to politics, no? Meaning the clear, no, art of questioning, but somehow I also challenge my students to answer hypothetical questions, philosophical questions. That's how I will develop the creativity, the critical thinking of my students. And mind you, one of these days, this is another, in the future, could be 2 or a week from now, another requested topic. I'll be discussing about the 21st century skills, why we need to embrace 21st century skills. All right? Okay. But thank you so much, Nat, John Lloyd, for watching me. I know this is not really your first time. Of course, some of my former students, I would like to say hi. Hi to Mark Season. Hi also to Paco. Good morning. Thank you for... Is this your first time watching me live? Welcome. Right? Okay. So let's go on. These actions will always guide us, remind us the importance of our work. The first one is technical competence. Oh my God, the technical competence. Okay, when we contextualize technical competence, because in our work, you have to master. You have to master the different sides, the different angles, the different responsibilities, the different pages, right? The different reasons, like teachers. You really have to know. You have to know how to prepare prior to your teaching. We name it as your pre-instructional responsibilities, right? Your instructional responsibilities. That's the second one. And the third one is your post-instructional responsibilities. Okay, do you have enough? Can you really suffice? Okay, and sustain your technical competence, not only for teaching profession. How about those professions that I mentioned earlier? Okay, I mentioned as a management consultant, as a local government manager, right? I would like to, as accountant, okay, as a nurse, as a police or law officer or enforcer, as a teacher, exactly, and then as a lawyer, right? And as a medical doctor. No one is really, right, is in control and dispensable, because we know exactly that we have our technical competence and do not really, no one has the right to also question, okay, the presence, the absence of other professionals. Okay, whatever the situation is, mind you. So as I said, if you have some questions, I'll answer them based on the principles of the voice within. The second one here is, do you have also the professional competence? When talking about professional competence, I am sharing really the 4 C's. Professionally, how do you embrace, how do you value your profession? Aside from saying competence. Professionally, do you have the commitment? Whatever some changes will happen along the way, are you still committed to perform your work, to love a hand with a heart? Right? That is the love for work. Are you still composed? Do you have the composure to embrace all these changes? Right? And of course, do you have the compassion? These words may not be right, sound professional words or level, but ideally, okay, when we say professional competence, you are guided with what? With the ethical standards. See? Okay, not to mention here, I posted something, I guess earlier, prior to 2 or 3 hours prior to the voice within. I pointed out that some, no, not to mention the job, the work. Some of us, perhaps those who have been speaking up in public and facilitating interview with our officials, or with our government officials, with some institutions, sometimes we need really to review some ethical standards, principles when it comes to questioning, right? Because we are being trained to give honesty, to give integrity, to give the real confidence and accountability to those people watching, listening. Okay, these people are not no are not knowledgeable on the situation, but ideally these people are somewhat, we are dependent, we entrust, we've been entrusting, okay, also our understanding based on the output. That's my point, right? And the last action that you need to take on in valuing your profession is, do you have the social responsibility? Are you socially responsible? When we say social responsible, meaning amid circumstances, inevitable circumstances, challenges, you still see the essence, the importance of your job, the importance of your profession. I know some professionals, we know some professionals right now, some workers right now, some servants right now have been affected. And we've been staying here. Our sources, okay, our food, our money, right? I'm not saying is getting, we are run off of resources and we are challenged economically, financially. But the point here is, are we still responsible? Okay? Could we still see the beauty of our job, the beauty of our profession? Okay? So those are some of the questions. I would like to highlight some of the statements here from, this is one of the best coaches I've observed, I've seen, I've witnessed when it comes to playing volleyball. Kakaayo, sir. Wala ko kasabot. Pwede bisayahon. Yeah. Unfortunately, of course, Facebook Live viewers are coming from the different cultures, different backgrounds. So I am trying to honor also their understanding. And also, good morning. Good morning, Sir Marky. So our topic is about valuing one's profession. And of course, thank you, Ma'am Joy, for staying longer. I know you're still watching and you're still with me. And of course, thank you for leading us this school year as our MWSP coordinator, right? It's about service also. So to end up our discussion this morning, I would like to share the word of Charles Jones in relation to valuing one's profession. Again, I have taken this from the math, from the philosophy of Charles Jones. Whatever you're doing, whatever we're doing, right? It should be worth dying for. That's according to Sir Jones. Whatever you're doing, whatever we're doing, it should be worth dying for. And in my personal reflection and realization, I would like to highlight worth dying for. Right? That's why I started mentioning I'm still your servant. Yeah, because I want to give you an understanding that we as workers, we are all servants. Okay? And no one is indispensable. When we say dying for, the first stop is, are you living really the ethical standards, the moral standards of your work? Okay? Are you still fighting the sweetness and bitterness of your responsibility? And finally, do you have the love for work? So, based on the principle of Sir Charles Jones, I would like to remind you, I would like to end up our session today that being a servant, you have to continue seeing the essence of your work, where you are living up the ethical standards, you're fighting your mission, and you are loving still your work no matter what happens. Thank you so much, Facebook friends, for joining, for staying with me this Friday, April 3, 2020. We are reminded always that there's nothing in the intellect which does not come first through senses. See you on Sunday, another significant topic. This is The Voice Within. Love, love.